Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Star.
Thank you, Sheriff Bradshaw. Operation Prometheus inside PBSO led to the arrest of 14 dangerous gang members. Here is more on the 2-year investigation.
We're here today to talk about a culmination of a 24-month investigation. You can see a board here of some people that we've already arrested. Some of them were already in custody. The captain's going to tell you about the cases. Today we did 12 search warrants in regards to these investigations. We had 5 additional arrests that came out of the search warrants. We recovered numerous firearms, including some AK-47 rifles, cocaine, marijuana, paraphernalia in the houses. It was a good day to put this many people in jail. Resolve some cases that have been ongoing, one of which you might remember, the shooting at the football game on Forest Hill Boulevard, which was a very tough case in itself. And I know the bad guys, they watch TV, so let me explain this to you. See this group right here? That's just the start. That's just the start. Because we know where they work, we know where they do their business, we know who they are, and we know where they live. And the message to them is, we are coming after you with every ounce of resource that we have.
8-year-old Marjorie Christy Luna went missing 35 years ago in Palm Beach County. PBSO detectives and Christy's mom, Jenny, explore the case in the hope they can get new information and help bring Christy home.
It rained for 10 days and 10 nights straight after she went missing. It was a Sunday afternoon, May 27th, 1984. Eight-year-old Marjorie Christy Luna left home to go to the corner store, only a few blocks away, and never returned.
Anybody that has a child and you've like turned your back for a second and you can't find them, like you're at a store, you're home, and that feeling that, you know, going crazy, where is it? Imagine living that for 33 years. It's very hard.
Christy disappeared around 2:30 p.m. that Sunday afternoon. It was Memorial Day weekend. She left her Green Acres home to get cat food for her newborn kittens, Boo Boo and Skeeter. The corner store she frequented, Belk's General Store, was only 2 blocks away from her house, exactly 400 feet away. It was a trip Christy made on a regular basis.
And this is Belk's store, and Christy's house was right in here.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm Detective William Springer with Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Violent Crimes Division, Cold Case Unit. Christy Luna was at home with her mother, Jenny, her sister, Allison, and live-in boyfriend, Larry Jackson. They had taken a road trip the night before, had went up to Central Florida, and came down A1A and US 1 and stopped at several parks on the way down. The last one being Du Bois Park.
I was tired because I had driven all night, and Allison, my other daughter, was awake with me. Christy had slept, part of the night. So she was wide awake, but I took her, she wanted Wendy's Happy Meal. So I took her over there and got her a Happy Meal and came back and decided I was going to lay down and rest. And so I put her on The Yellow Submarine by the Beatles, that movie, cartoon movie, for her to watch.
Where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in the land of
We had a mama kitty that had babies, and she thought she was hungry, so she decided to go to the little store, which is 400 feet from my front door, a little country town, and she made it there to get the cat food, but she never made it back home.
Little Christy, only weighing 60 pounds, walked barefoot Wearing a turquoise jumpsuit and carrying a few empty plastic bottles she planned to exchange for money. A grocer remembers selling the cat food to Christy between 2:30 and 3 p.m. After calling a few of Christy's friends and knocking on a few doors, the police were notified at 10:15 p.m. that night, and they have been searching for her ever since.
Looking at 1984, no cell phones, no databases. The computer really wasn't a thing that everybody had back then. I don't even know if they even had computers. I mean, we had some. We had our computers that we used at work, but nothing like personal computers. So we had no databases. Everything we learned was through neighborhood canvases and just getting out and doing the footwork, door to door.
The case was first investigated by Detective Sergeant Dennis Connell of the Green Acres Police Department. He and his team of 3 detectives knocked on doors and interviewed over 50 people for 2 weeks straight. Most of those interviewed were children and adults who were in the neighborhood the day Christy vanished. With those interviews, Detective Connell learned Christy could have possibly stayed at the store till 6 p.m. playing arcade video games, or even head out to a nearby park frequented by kids in the neighborhood. Days after the investigation began, the Green Acres Police Department realized they needed more resources to find Christy. That is when they called the FBI and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
I was one of the original detectives on the case in 1984. There was a supervisor, John Kianka was the supervisor, and I want to say 2 other detectives, Adon Ugliano and Mark Bannon, and myself worked on the case, along with the Green Acres detectives and the FBI agents. We had 2 suspects that were arrested for molesting Christy's best friend, who she was going to go see. Those 2 suspects were Charles and Willis Rambo.
The Rambo brothers lived at 353 Broward Avenue, only a few houses up from Christie's.
There was a team assigned to interviewing Christy's friends, going to the elementary school, interviewing her friends at school, her teachers and things. During the course of that investigation, one of Christy's closest friend was interviewed, and it was discovered that Willis and Chuck Rambo were molesting her friend. This team put together a probable cause for the arrest of Chuck and Willis and a search for their house. It was established that Christy had gone to the Rambo residence. Chuck and Willis were both interviewed and denied any involvement in the disappearance of Christy. A search was conducted of their house and their property, and no investigative leads could be developed as far as Christy being murdered at that house.
But the Rambo brothers were not the only suspects in the case.
Green Acres got information from Exeter, New Hampshire Police Department that a subject by the name of Victor Winetti had been developed as a suspect in the disappearance of a girl in Exeter, Tammy Belanger. At that point, Green Acres and Exeter PD and the FBI were looking at Victor as a potential suspect in the disappearance of Christy Luna, because he had relatives, family, his parents, who lived not too far from the city of Green Acres.
Winetti was a golf course worker who moved to Florida from New Hampshire in 1984. He was reportedly at the party in Christy's neighborhood the day she disappeared, but moved to New Hampshire a short time after Christy went missing. When he moved back to Palm Beach, police from New Hampshire disclosed that inmates in a New Hampshire prison told him that Winetti had confessed to abducting, raping, and then killing both Christy and Tammy back in 1984. When asked about it, One Yeti denied knowing Christy. He was sentenced to 75 years. Under the conditional release program Game Time, One Yeti was let out of prison in April 2012.
It's discouraging when you can't come up with leads and you can't find out what happened to her. Because when you look at Jenny and you have to place yourself in the idea of her daughter left home in 1984, and to this day she does not know what happened to her. Jenny has moved back into the house and has lived in the house that she lived in 1984, hoping that if Christy ever came back, she'd know where to go home to. This, I'm hoping, goes out nationwide, and maybe somebody might remember something that stood out in their mind back then, a neighbor who up and moved right away, changed cars, shaved their beard, got their hair cut, changed their appearance, you know, did something that, you know, really stood out to them.
Detectives are also asking for the public's help to find the murderer of Thomas Altman. The Lake Worth man was killed in March of 2016. Here's more on the case.
On Tuesday, March 22nd, 2016, the body of Thomas Altman was found here in this doorway of this abandoned building.
The last conversation I had with him was over a cell phone because of us moving to Georgia. That was our way of communication and everything. So the last conversation I had was over a cell phone.
As you can see, the scene's changed a little bit from 2016. The building's undergone some renovation as well as the area. But a lot of the people that lived here in 2016 still live here today. So we're hoping by passing out these flyers in the community that jog somebody's memory and get some more information on what exactly happened to Thomas.
I would appreciate anybody that knows anything at all. Don't keep it to yourself. Come forth with any information you might know. It might be just a little bit, but every little bit helps.
Hi. How you doing, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm Detective Weiss from Thomas County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
We're investigating a homicide that occurred in 2016 right at a building located 3 over. This is the victim here. His name was Thomas Altman. He was a homeless guy that slept at that property and performed various yard work and other maintenance work for the neighborhood.
Yes.
I was wondering if you were familiar with him.
I was. Okay. I knew him. He had actually done some odd jobs for my mother, who lives right across the street. He was a very nice guy.
We're pleading to the public, anyone with information, no matter how small you may think it is, may help us bring closure to this case.
Please come forth. Please, please come forth. This has dragged on too long. I think about this every day. And I would like to have closure in this that will not replace what happened to our son.
Join us in congratulating our very own Hulk, PBSO Corrections Deputy Corey Anthony, who won first place at Georgia's Strongest Man competition this year. This is PBSO Strong. Congratulations to 192 students who earned PBSO Broken Star scholarships. The winners are the children of PBSO employees. The Broken Star program does a great job of making dreams happen.
God bless each and every one of you, and best wishes in school. Stay safe, and let's make an impact on the future.
Do you have a keyless car? Sheriff Rick Bradshaw would like to remind these drivers of keyless ignition cars to be sure to turn off their vehicles, especially when they are parked in the garage. Dozens of people have been poisoned by carbon monoxide after failing to turn off the ignition on their keyless cars.
I'm Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Push-button ignitions are becoming a popular feature with drivers. These systems may be convenient, but they can also be a killer. There have been over a dozen deaths nationally, and it appears that this number is on the rise. Palm Beach County is not immune to this tragedy. In 2012, a couple lost their lives from carbon monoxide flooding their home as a result of accidentally leaving their car running in their garage. Always check your vehicle to make sure the engine is not running when you leave your car. To help you remember, we've created this reminder to turn off your car. Remember, we are always here to keep you safe.
We would like to extend a very warm welcome home to an incredibly brave warrior and his family. Our friend Slater is now cancer-free. Along with Boynton Beach Police and the Town of Palm Beach Fire Rescue Department, we escorted Slater back home after being in St. Jude's Hospital for more than 400 days. Slater, his family, neighbors, and our deputies shared tears of joy, cheers, and hugs. As we celebrate, let's look back at Slater's struggle documented in this video produced just a few years ago.
Found the biggest picture frame, but I wonder what it is. Do you wonder what it is, baby? I wonder what it is.
Oh my.
We got him on this,
Gosh, you got
it!
It says, "We are with you, Sergeant Longini." That's the guy you met in school, remember?
Okay.
So it says, "My name is Sergeant Matthew Longini. I got the opportunity to meet you a while back at New Bridge Prep School. Since that time, the staff there has filled us in on your story and your battle with cancer. They've kept us up to date on your story and have shared with us how you continue to fight with this amazing courage. I shared your story with my teammates on the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office SWAT team and K-9 team, and instantly they wanted to get together and show you we are with you and always will be. I'm sure you've already seen, but we sent you 2 of our official uniform shirts with team member signatures on them to keep motivated. You're now an official member of the SWAT and K-9 team, and we're all in this together. On the SWAT team, we have a team motto. In as one, out as one. In law enforcement, and especially on the SWAT and K-9 teams, we have to rely on each other to accomplish a mission successfully and safely. Like you and your brother rely on each other for everything. Today and every day we are in this mission with you and want to remind you to stay positive and keep fighting with your amazing courage. On behalf of your teammates at the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, stay positive, stay humble, and as we say, keep pushing on. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, keep pushing forward. Stay Slater strong and push on. PBSO SWAT and K9.
Slater, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office SWAT team. Stay strong, brother.
Slater, stay strong, man. Never quit fighting. Stay strong, Slater.
Slater, stay strong, buddy. We'll be praying for you.
Slater, stay strong. Praying for you.
Never quit, big guy. We'll be here waiting for you when you get done.
Thinking of you, buddy. Stay strong.
Slater, stay strong.
Slater, stay strong.
Stay strong, Slater. God bless.
Slater, stay strong. We're thinking of you.
Slater, stay strong. I'm going to say a prayer for you, buddy.
Hey, Slater, stay strong, buddy. Good luck.
Slater, we're pulling for you, buddy. Hang in there.
Slater, this is Sergeant Matt Longini with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office SWAT team. We just wanted to wish you well, wanted to let you know to keep pushing, keep fighting this fight, and let you know that we are behind you. On behalf of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office SWAT team and the Sheriff's Office, we have your back. Keep pushing, buddy.
Slater, stay strong. We're with you.
Thank you so much, SWAT team. Thank you so much, Sheriff, for these picture frames with the shirts and these badges that are inside the shirts. And thank you for the SWAT team and the police shirts.
PBSO PAL Camp is a great chance for students to get an up-close look inside the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Here's more on the camp experience. Now, some news and notes from around the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. The Area Agency on Aging of Palm Beach and the Treasure Coast celebrated the amazing lives of local seniors who helped to keep our communities vibrant and alive. Among the winners was our Lieutenant Colonel William Bill Parks of Royal Palm Beach, who was the recipient of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Law Enforcement Volunteer Award. Congratulations. The first ever Town of Lake Park community barbecue and kickball game gave the community the opportunity to meet their local first responders. The highlight of the day was PBSO playing against Palm Beach County Fire Rescue in a Battle of the Badges kickball game. After an exciting game, we let Fire Rescue win. Thanks to everyone who came by to share a special day. Not only was the event a lot of fun, but it generated a lot of money for our local business community, municipality, and first responder organizations. We were proud to present these groups with checks so they can continue their work to improve our community. Thank you to the Sweet Ladies Auxiliary of the Jewish War Veterans of USA for kindly donating stuffed animals and pajamas to give to children. The stuffed animals can be a small gesture of love and can make a huge difference in the lives of children. Thank you. PBSO participated in the Harmony in the Street Summer Camp for kids ages 6 to 12. The campers took part in a lot of fun activities, including basketball. It's been a great experience for the students and the camp counselors. PBSO is working to fight identity theft. The department sponsored Shred It. This free document shredding event was held at West Boynton Community Park. There were over 18,000 pounds of documents shredded. PBSO Explorers participated in the Las Vegas 2019 ex-con conference competition hosted by the Las Vegas Police Department. Join us in congratulating the Explorers for winning first place in an unknown trouble incident and third place in a crime scene investigation. We are PBSO proud. Taking the time to have a conversation with kids can make a real impact in their lives. Our deputies have a great relationship with the students at Lakeshore Middle School in Belle Glade. The 2019 Police Officers Ball was a great occasion. The event honored our Deputies of the Year, including a proclamation to Deputy Soriano. Congratulations to all. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw visits with a lot of groups. Here, Sheriff Bradshaw was a silver sponsor of the Alliance of Delray's annual breakfast at Glen Eagles Country Club. PBSO spent the day with the boys and girls from Cub Scouts of America. Their questions and smiles brighten up our day. Thank you to the Cub Scouts for a great day outdoors. Sheriff Bradshaw recently met with Palm Beach State College's new Director of Security, Dr. Delsa Bush, and Robbie Stivers, the Vice President of Administration and Business Services. 3 of PBSC's 5 college campuses are in PBSO's jurisdiction. Together, PBSO and PBSC will work to ensure students are safe. 10-year-old Zechariah Cartledge joined us during the Blue Line 5K to pay his respects to police officers who died in the line of duty. Each mile he runs is for a fallen deputy. Thank you for your commitment to law enforcement, Zechariah. The PBSO team really appreciates you. PBSO was awarded a grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation to address railway trespassing in the city of Lake Worth Beach. The proposed project will address enforcement activities and community awareness. Our deputies work hard at schools across Palm Beach County. Their work did not go unnoticed. Thank you to some first graders who made appreciation cards to members of PBSO. And thank you to the Al Amin Center of Florida for inviting us to their annual Interfaith Dinner. The Al Amin Center hosts the event every year to promote mutual coexistence and harmony. At PBSO, practice makes perfect. PBSO employees participated in a special 7-day training. They spent time working on helicopter rescues. Great work by everyone involved. And we finish up with a tribute to a deputy who made the ultimate sacrifice. It was 37 years ago that Deputy Frank D. Genovese gave his life to protect others while on a SWAT team standoff. To serve and protect was his oath. To honor him is our duty. The star continues to shine because of heroes like you. Now, back to Sheriff Bradshaw.
Okay, that'll do it for this episode of Behind the Star. On behalf of the men and women of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, thank you for watching.